What?
We already trademarked it. You can't do it.
Okay.
It is my book.
You
I
didn't
have
copyright
proof
it.
as in the published date. I will literally take y'all to small claims court.
Just
It's
like,
Proof is
my
in the
book.
pudding.
enjoy the
The proof is in the
Y'all
pudding.
can't copyright it.
Enjoy
Y'all
the
can't trademark it.
experience.
It is my book. Shut up.
Eli, just enjoy the experience, dude.
Don't stop, we're in luck now. Don't stop, there's so much to be found. We can find paradise, all we have to do is go, free your souls. Mysteries abounded, made of a deep energy, foes all around us. I'll give you strength, us. You give me love. That's how we'll live, that's how we'll live, that's how we'll live. My courage won't fade. If you're with me, my enemies will never win. We will fight for love and glory. We will live to tell the story. There is nothing we can't live through. Nothing ever dies. We will rise again. Don't stop. We in luck now. Don't stop, keep your spirit proud and ride upon the wind. All we have to do is go low. Don't stop. We're in luck now. Don't stop, there's so much to be found. We can find paradise. All we have to do is go, free your soul. Dragon soul.
The Adventures of Oldgrub Groshrub Chapter 1. Fatherly Love. Oldgrub is leaving the stronghold in search of fame, fortune, and love.
Goodbye, mother, goodbye, father.
Oldgrub says with tears in his eyes, but Arvak, Oldgrub's father, interrupts him.
Leave already, boy.
Honey, you said you wouldn't do this.
Oldgrub's mother says, while crying tears of blood and howling at the moon.
What's all the fuss about the big grubba Dub leaving here?
Oldgrub's older sister, Gala, says. She digs into her
face,
looking for some dead skin to eat, as she is a
beautiful, whimsical being who is cherished.
Oldgrub salivates at the sight.
Nice of you to chime in, oh dear sister.
Oldgrub says sarcastically. Oldgrub was abused by his sister as a young little lad and they have the most rotten of relationships. Eating shoes and getting jawbreakers all day is all he knows. Because he is a rotten, gross chud. He one day wishes to wear her skin like a coat, and her skeletal structure a coat rack. Gala then says while stuffing her face into a whole loaf of uncut bread.
Bye, Adi. Next time I see you, I'm going to use your body as a baseball bat while our mom throws shrapnel bombs at me.
For 20 years, I have told you to stop calling me that you for the Lordy Lord.
Oldgrub's angrily talk turns into a scream. Oldgrub storms out while forgetting about the skid marks in his not-so-fresh tidy-whities.
Yeah, keep talking, old man. Soon they'll be chief of the Huitt clan and they'll put your head on a platter.
Can everyone just calm down?
I think I should go. But one day it'll be back and the Huitt clan shall be under my rule.
Oldgrub is a weak coward who doesn't stand up to his morals and has no say in his family. His dad doesn't love him, and his mom resents his vile and putrid personality. He is also written by a
Whimsical.
chudlard porn addict who lies about his age on Discord so he can have power over others. Old Grub grabs his horse's reins and leads it out the gate. He then hops on it and rides off, but unbeknownst to Old Grub, someone is following him. Old Grub thinks that it is a traveling merchant selling deodorant, but Old Grub rejects things such as hygiene. Unfortunately for Chuddy Old Grub, the person following him is no other than the most deadly assassin known to man. What will happen to Old Grub the bum as he sails off unbeknownst of his dangerous foe?
Listen, if y'all want to be my friend, privately DM me.
Keep
And come with some pictures.
Can you share friends?
Wait, what did you just say?
You heard me.
The Adventure of Odgro Growshrub Chapter 2, The Strange Town. Odgrub is arriving in town when he hears some guards talking about a man they arrested who went by the name Nightmare. Odgrub, mistakenly thinking they were talking about some food, asks a question about it. One of the guards says,
Citizen, you shouldn't ask about other people's business, lest you end up on one of the headsman's chopping blocks.
If I were you, I would keep my dirty little tongue in my mouth, out. Or someone might cut it off, clean it, and use it as toilet paper.
Before he could attempt to use his mobility scooter as he is too fat to use his legs to walk, Odgrub hears an even fatter, uglier, stupider, slimier, even more repulsive and uglier man yelling from on top of a building.
He'll do it. He'll kill her right where I stand. She doesn't have a putrid stench like the rest of us. How should a cleanie like her get to live?
As he sees a dagger trained on a woman's throat as the man grips the girl's head, clearly not trying to touch any clean parts of her.
I just want all the cleanies out of this city at once. Only the most dirty, putrid, stinky, and gross get to live.
The man gets cut off by a soap bar to the throat. As he yells in great agony despite the soap bar barely grazing him. With the man's last bit of vile energy, he yells,
Odgrub, this is the last of my Haman. Take everything from me, and slaughter every last person who believes in silly myths, such as hygiene and cleanliness.
The man is hit with a soap bubble and blows up violently, with blood, gore, and his insides spreading far and wide. Odgrub senses a fellow stench savior has fallen in battle.
My head, what was that? To someone who believed in the way of never wiping oh so far? Tra-la-la!
Just a madman who never showered or did any hygiene. Let's just leave it at that.
Odgrub is smart, or so Eli Huitt would say, because he's the
Whimsical.
author who has no idea how to write, pace, or tell a story. But we are the super authors, and we decide who is what and who sounds like what. Odgrub knows the man was desperate and had a reason to leave. Probably because he doesn't wipe and wants to escape to his little goon cave that smells worse than Eli Huitt's room. Odgrub wanted to get to the bottom of who's killing his fellow stench saviors. Where will this tale take us? And who killed this strange man? And better yet, will next chapter be better paced than this chapter? Don't blame us if it is, and defiantly don't blame us for this shitty-ass chapter.
Have you even seen what's in the Epstein files?
Oh, here's another picture I'll post instead.
Pretty evil.
Just as good.
I've actually gone through Epstein files. So
Eli, that's a child.
Yeah.
That's a child.
Man.
That's a little child.
Yikes.
What do you mean so? That's sharper. That's a child.
Another child porn.
Fiction also.
No, no.
No.
Oh, he said it's okay because she's fictional. Oh, no, no, no.
Don't forget Rivals, she's 18.
I was not 18.
She said, I mean, he said it was okay because she was fictional. Oh, no, no, no.
Oh my god.
This guy is a Diddy blood, and he's not even old enough to be a Diddy blood.
The Adventures of Odegrub Growshrub, Chapter 3, A Corpse and a Bar. Odegrub goes to check on the body, and the girl he held hostage. As tries to climb up the stairs, he swiftly realizes he's too fat to take the stairs, and instead takes the elevator in shame. He finally reaches the top of the building.
Hello, I'm Grub the ugly. You barely have any speck of dirt and smell like lavender. Say ha 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 ha. What's your name, you cleany laney meanie beanie?
Margaret. My name is Margaret, like the bird lady from regular show.
Well, Margaret, you haven't had a very good day, have you? Also, I fucking hate everything you stand for. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la.
Odegrub jokes because he thinks he is funny. Odegrub is disliked by everybody because he brings no value to anything in his worthless, vile life. Margaret ignores him.
Do you know him?
Yes, I work at the mill with him.
And where is the mill?
To the left of the palace, right to the river. It's giant. I don't know how you missed it. On phone, Memon.
Margaret would walk off as she pointed at where the mill was. Odegrub has no sense of direction, so he would run around town like a maniac for 5 months before finally finding the mill. Odegrub finally finds the madman's skeletal remains, with botflies and maggots all over his corpse. Odegrub is a broke bum, so he loots the body and finds an ancient bottle of wine, half empty.
He has a bottle of wine. He must have been drunk. Okay, it is time to search the other pockets. It's okay here. And it is a pocket watch made of gold. This might be valuable to Pika.
Odegrub Growshrub would break into a song because he has Tourette's.
I'm hanging with my garage just to feel so good like I knew it would. Laughing together and having a blast, and I hope it lasts forever. I can't believe how hot she is, It makes my insides feel like knotted twists, Her pretty face and those long legs,
Odegrub thinks of whether he should sell a dead man's belongings. But dead men need no money after all. Odegrub ends up taking the watch anyways, and he walks off not wanting to get into trouble with the law. He sees the local tavern. However, this is also an inn with rooms that can be rented. He walks in and takes a seat at the bar, and the lady working there asks him, What? Wait. Just who are you?
The great Ellie Huitt has decided he doesn't like your voice and needs a replacement. Hail the Huitt!
No. Please, boy, spare me. I promise I won't post the jester dancing gif. I promise.
Now that male voider, also known as a moider, has been banished to Huitt Dungeon. Let us continue the story.
You look like you swim in septic tanks for fun. You must have had a long day.
You have no idea. First I had to leave my stronghold and then I got to town and watched the poor man get cut cleaned. Shot, 6 cells.
Wow. That's so interesting. Wow, I'm very interested. Yay, that's so interesting. Wow, that's great. Wow, no way. Have some spiked drinks on the house and get out of my range of smell.
Odegrub would hold her at gunpoint with an ancient revolver, and he would pull the trigger. Unfortunately for Oatgrub, not only was the revolver defective as it was ancient, but the bartender was an Israeli agent who ended up breaking his jaw. He would end up hiding in someone else's room while they weren't looking. He ends up sneaking into Margaret's room and hides in her closet like a creep. Margaret talks to herself.
It wasn't your fault. He would have gone crazy anyway. Just don't insult the next person who might go insane and is written by the big Huitt.
Beautiful.
I can't get you out of my mind. Sexy, you be all I see. I would give anything.
/age play. Why'd you be there? You're 13.
Why you got age play, Jake?
Because they post a lot of pictures in it, and the pictures are hot. How do you find this? Okay, I deleted the post in which I mentioned in my Reddit.
It's all public, dude. Like, what you
The Adventure of Oatgrub Groshrub, Chapter 4. Who is Nightmare? Oatgrub wakes up in the morning as he crawls out of the closet in Margaret's room. However, when he comes out, he sees and hears nothing. Complete silence. He goes to the bartender from last night. But since it's the morning, it's a different person working the counter, so Oatgrub decides to just walk out. Oatgrub only has interest in defenseless women and not men. Oatgrub's wondering what to do, so he decides to go to the town holding cell. He walks into the chief of guard office. He asks the chief,
You, sir, ma'am, I need to see the holding cells, okay?
Just head on in that room, and don't worry. It's not a common sight to see a woman doing a man's job. God, that Oatgrub kid is UGA Lee.
Oatgrub would enter the cells, and he would see one singular man in the corner / he would walk up to the man and introduce himself, stumbling over his words like the badass lord that he is.
I am Oatgrub the Ugly, and I am the self-proclaimed hero of this land. I haven't done anything remarkable yet, but I know I am the strongest there is. Don't doubt my abilities, don't even doubt them for a second. She. I am the greatest to ever live. Are you Nightmare Boy?
Yes, that's what the leader called me.
The leader? Tell me about him, would you? Cooley.
The god of battle has chosen me!
The god of battle? I personally never believed in him, but in orc culture it's common to worship him, and since I didn't, my dad hates me. He used to whip me to pass the time. Ha.
Oatgrub believes he is taking the role of a therapist for some stupid-ass reason. He is not relatable in the slightest and is not a soothing individual as he smells like hogwash.
Join the coven, little boy! It's not a cult! Join it!
Like I join your rock cult. Walla grub.
Wake up! This is a dream, Chad! Boy, wake up! This is a dream! Planet Vegeta needs your help as we speak! Water!
Keep telling your lies, I wanna hear them all. Yabba dabba doo!
Oatgrub walks out of the room. But as he enters the office, where the chief of guards sits, she gets up and puts her hand on the table and says,
What did that goyim Void say to you? Tra-la-la-la!
That boy is crazy, folk. Rolling on the floor, laughing emoji, copyright symbol.
Oatgrub the pussy would run away from the office as the chief gives him the stink eye. A yellow river streaming down his pants out of fear.
So how big is it, Paulo? We talking 8 inches, 6 inches? What are we talking?
I feel like I'm being molested.
I mean, if I'm the bottom, it ain't really that, is it?
The Adventure of Odegrub Groshrub Chapter 5, The God of Battle or Something. Odegrub Groshrub would go into a library to learn more about the God of Battle, so he gets a book about him. It is a story detailing one of the events of the life of this god in this exciting flashback episode.
Once upon a time there was a boy, and he had 3 siblings. A little brother, an older brother, and a sister. This was a time long ago where technology was far superior to the times we live in now. There were cars and computers and Discord servers to power trip in. The boy wanted to play hide and seek with his youngest brother, 5. He went into the old abandoned room in his house, and on the wall, an imp stared back at him. A demon, a devil, an agent of Satan. The boy started sweating and tried running but tripped on his own fat. The demon was red, wearing torn up cargo pants, and had gigantic horns the size of his forearms. The boy ran out of his room as fast as he could because he is a chicken. He told his little brother that he had won and went to inform his older brother. His older brother would tell him what he had endured was but a demon. His sister would light candles and pray that he overcomes his diabetes-induced hallucinations. This boy was none other than the future god of battle. His initials were carved onto a giant boulder in the middle of a mountain, EH. Nobody knows what this stands for, but people know that this god was nothing more than a sweaty lard monster Chudzilla porn addict.
Dude was like 28 and thought Eli was an adult too. Eli's 13.
Silence speaks louder than words.
Yeah. With him, he kind of just threw me to the curb.
Yeah, I would have too, ho. You were lying to him about being an adult when you were 13. He was like almost 30.
All of you shut up. Now, shut up.
Yes, man.
No, thank you.
Let me speak.
Listen, dude, man.
Let
Hey,
me
let him cook
speak.
now. Let it cook.
Famous last words.
The Adventures of Odegrub Groshrub, Chapter 6. Odegrub dies and deserves it. It was a cloudy day outside, and the city was empty. A bell rung loudly as Odegrub woke up and went outside. Surprisingly, Odegrub heard whispers telling him evil things. Odegrub steps out the door and onto the street and gets sniped and killed.
Hello, my child, it is I, Jesus.
Oh my God, it is really you all, Black Baby Jesus.
You haven't exactly met my expectations, Odegrub.
What will happen to me, ja la la la?
A trapdoor opened under Odegrub, and he was dropped into the fiery pits. Imps stabbed Odegrub with pitchforks, and they stretched his limbs.
No, stop it, that hurts, boy, no more.
It is I, Satan, and I am evil, and I have decided you haven't been punished enough.
Satan would make Odegrub relive millions of terrible lives and countless eons of suffering. An old man lies in the ruins of a destroyed city with his legs removed, bleeding out, his final thoughts playing out in his head.
It looks like this is the end, boy. I curse Illy Huitt for everything that has gone wrong in my life. Yada yada do.
The old man would die and reappear in hell, as he was only one of Odegrub's reincarnations. Odegrub then gets burnt alive again and is put into a pit of hungry man-eating ants. He screams in pure agony.
Wait, shage, wait, say, fan, VF, ka, wef, k, ka, DL, BH, make it stole, yabba dabba do. Why do you put me through this suffering, Satan? Na 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 la boo boo.
It is time I must reveal a truth to you. My name is not Satan, but rather Eli Huitt. I have created your life to make it as boring and miserable as possible. You are a chud who is incapable of being anything more than melatonin to put me to sleep out of boredom.
Oh, Satan, please kill me, please. I wish for death in my billions of years of suffering. Oh, Lord, coo.
Old grub it is, I Chris Rock, and I will save you from this eternal loop. Just take my hand.
Old Grub is put back into the real world in the morning before his death, and he stays indoors to avoid his death. Meanwhile in hell...
It is done, my lord Eli Huitt. I have put him back into the story so we can milk 30 more chapters of pure boredom, because boredom extract powers our souls.
Eli Huitt, or better known as Satan, is in glee. He plans on extending the pacing of this story for as long as he humanly can.
I don't like the narrator anymore, so get rid of him at once.
Wait, no, I've done all your bidding. Don't do that.
The Adventures of Odegrub Groshrub. Chapter 7, The Confrontation. Odegrub walks around town like a lost child and sees a suspicious guard-looking fella following him. Odegrub does what anybody should do in this situation and takes 4 right turns.
I am evil, and I have been following you.
It is I, Vegeta! I mean Nightmare! And I have been following you, the evil god!
Nightmare kills the Chud guard with a small knife. Chris Rock emerges from the ground, along with the HXH narrator.
Ha 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 ha! With the boredom powers used by people reading Ella Huitt's shitty writing, we gain enough powers to escape. I will draw a sigil on the ground and summon Ella Huitt himself.
It is I, Eli Huitt, and I have grown bored of your antics.
God, this plan is perfect. Wait, what is that?
However, little to Chris Rock's knowledge, using the Lord's name in vain summons the Christian who left the church and the Lord's teaching all behind. God, Puppy,
who used the Lord's name in vain.
God Puppy's chuddy girlfriend would descend from the heavens as well. These 2 individuals claim to be Christian, yet never go to church, vape, are chronic porn addicts, and cheat on each other at least twice a day.
Why are we here? I want to go back to playing Bloxburg and cheating on you.
Goodbye, sinner. God saxophone, Kenny G blast beam. Are thus dead?
God Puppy would smite Nightmare with partially holy light, and Nightmare's skin would burn off.
No! Make it stop! No, please, 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 make it stop!
However, God Puppy and his minion, Puppy GF, yes, that's her legal name, sense a greater evil than themselves. However, Odegrub's awful and stinky scent covers up Satan's presence.
Have you forgotten about me, boy? Age play accretion disc beam, mum.
Eli Huitt would completely melt God Puppy and his girlfriend, but before God Puppy dies, he forfeits his power to Odegrub Groshrub.
At least I'm not dying at church, even though I'd rather be gooning.
There can only be one porn addict demon of hell, and that's Eli Huitt, the god of war.
Thank you for lately blessing me with this power, Alessandro. I greatly appreciate it. Kiki. I will be sure to avenge you.
Odegrub and Eli Huitt would exchange blows, and Odegrub smites Eli Huitt with Odegrub Red Rock, aka Pure Grease. Eli Huitt, or Satan, would meet his end and explode into gore.
No, I cannot be defeated by my own creation! Curse ye ha-me-ha!
Satan would miss his last-ditch attack.
It is due, Lord Anan. Eli Huitt has finally been defeated and everything can go back to normal.
However, out of the shadows, Chris Rock stabs Ellie Huitt in the back.
You fool! You will suffer 1,000,000 times more for ending the story. Eli Huitt planned to milk this story for another 2D5-19251 chapters for maximize his boredom energy intake. However, now that he is gone, there are no one filtering the gates of hell.
You mean my life purpose was to farm boredom energy?
Exactly!
Old Grub would go insane from knowing his true purpose and head back home. He had one intent in his mind, and it was to slaughter his family, forever birthing him into this world.
Hello, Odd Grub. I see you have returned as pathetic as ever.
Father, it is time you have died, as we have run out of budget to afford Tom Kenny as our voice actor.
Old Grub would shoot holy daggers into his dad, which ripped him to pieces.
Snap back to reality.
No way, you just put in that N-A-E-A-E-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I-I.
Old Grub deletes his mother. Gala stabs Old Grub in the back from the shadows.
Good grief, Old Grub. I can't believe you would do something so evil. We are your family.
Eli Huitt brought me into this world with a purpose, and I rejected PPPP, and now I will take my anger out on you.
One being arises from the ground. The being known as the Diddy Bloodin' One, or better known to mortal, Jeffrey Epstein.
7 long years and I am finally free. However, I will need a strong steed to lead me into battle.
Epstein then locks eyes with Eli Huitt's crushed body that looks like a pancake, raises one hand and with a snap revives the body and gives it 25% of Epstein's offender powers.
Yes, what a great form Eli Huitt has taken. By infusing him with 1/4 of my powers, he will become strong enough to rule the world alongside me.
Hello, my Lord and Savior Epstein. I am sitting crisscross applesauce waiting for instructions. Also, my middle name is Chan.
Chris Chan, I like that name. That will be your new name. And your first order is to slaughter everyone in the overworld.
I'ma stop them both.
Epstein and Chris John both charge at Old Grub with full force, not giving him a second to breathe. However, Old Grub makes a hand sign.
We have no need for words, right? Domain expansion.
However, a fourth component they would never in a million years considered has entered the fray.
I just love the taste of invisible soup. Self-inflicted testicular torsion /
With a single flick of his finger, Yujiro Hanma breaks the domain into 1,000,000 pieces, barely breaking a sweat.
Go slaughter him, Chris Chan, and leave no remains behind.
Yes, my lord, I shall slaughter him and slurp his intestines like Go-Gurts.
As Chris-chan charges towards Yujiro, Yujiro slams him down, picks him up, and crushes his head like a grape. Epstein is distraught, and Odd Grub is relieved. However,
did you really think I was on your side? Ha 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 ha. Silly, silly Odd Grub.
He then grabs Odd Grub and splits him into 2. These 2 are Odd Grub and Groshrub. He then slams both of them on the ground and then slams them together violently. He turns Odd Grub into a pizza disc and throws.
Eli Huitt is my long-lost son, and I will avenge him at all costs. Yujiro join my side and become my strongest henchman.
The Huitt clan must be erased at all cost. And because you are his dad, I will erase you from existence.
Yujiro then locks eyes with Epstein and turns him into a basketball, scoring 2 consecutive 3-pointers on a random basketball net, or sports ball for those white coleslaw enjoyers at home.
I fucking hate the word sports ball. Never use it again.
I'm sorry. Where was I? Yes, of course. Yujiro then slams Dunk Epstein and then rips his head apart.
Deserves a second look. Michael taking off, the patented tongue comes out. Just in front of that line. Look at this, the double clutch, the reach out, and the stuff. He got 49, I don't believe it. Unbelievable. There we go. There's the slam camera, the slam jam camera, I like to call it, as you see that little...
Finally, he lets Epstein take form again, just to rip his head clean off.
You win, Yujiro Hanma, I give up.
Goodbye, oldie scout, stupid shrub.
Don't do it, Yujiro. Eli Huitt rots in the basement of his parents' house, moderating his Discord server while writing a story. His story is called Odd Shrub Grow Grub, and he taps his screen with his Cheeto-covered fingers. He then times out people in his YouTube Live and his Discord server because that's the only place where he has any power whatsoever. In the future, his parents check his phone and see the ungodly levels of porn on his phone and kick him out the house. Later on in life, he lives in a cardboard box. An average interaction can be seen here.
Ha 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 ha, is it Ellie Hewitt? Hey, since you're broke, fat, ugly, stinky, and broke, if you become my jester, he'll give you this quarter.
I'm a bum, I'm a bum, I'm a bum, I'm a bummy bum. To be laughed and mocked, oh, I fun. You can laugh at me during breakfast, laugh at me during brunch. You can pirate my pay to run all that you want.
Near the end of his life, he develops diabetes, and he rots in a hospital bed, clinging onto the edge of life.
This isn't the end, Odie Grub Grow Shrub.
Who are you, lay?
Yujiro punches Oddgrub in the face and his head explodes and he dies. Oddgrub then arrives back at hell, but he notices someone climbing down. It is none other than Yujiro. Suddenly all of his memories from the other universe come back to him.
You thought you were done suffering? Think again. This time you will suffer not for 1 billion, not for 1 trillion, but for all eternity.
Please, Yujiro, I'll do anything I can be a bum in both dimensions.
Where should we start? With your torture first. Oh, why, I have the perfect idea.
First, Yujiro snapped his fingers and lit Oddgrub ablaze. 1 million deaths later, he decided to personally crush Oddgrub like a Goomba. In another 1 million deaths, he makes him dance like a jester until his body wears out and crumbles. Yujiro recalls the 1,000,000th to be his favorite, where he personally freezes hell over just so he can shatter Oddgrub's head into 1,000,000 pieces. His second favorite being the 1,000,000th, 5,000,000th, and 27,000,000th and 1 death, where he personally smites him. Oddgrub would now pay for his crimes in his second and first life 1,000-fold, as he suffers for all eternity.
Everybody just talk, nobody really do it. I'm not a yard of my dish, Tokyo, hear me too. 誰かと確認なんて不要、自分のジャッジだけで break the walls. ド派手な fake, yellow, you're cool, 2 low, 2 proof the wrong.